welcome to
I almost spilled the OG water.
The funkiness is getting to you.
Whoa!
Wow, that's getting to me over here. Welcome to episode 40 of out here at the office. Woo, Nick.
Yeah. Told you I brought the good stuff today, boys.
If you've ever wondered what you could drink one of and then automatically get, like, asked for them to search the car, like, that's it.
Yeah.
Come on, do the thing. Episode 40, welcome to What You Drinking Now.
I didn't say episode 40. How many notes you had?
Let's remember, like, subscribe, and comment, guys, especially if you're watching live.
Yep.
That's the end of the show.
Episode 40.
Yeah, but I want to tell you right now, this is live, so you do it.
So, Nick, what are you drinking for your palate cleanser there?
I'm glad you asked. I've been waiting to tell you. Hey, this is inspired by, and even helped collaborate with the brew, the real OG of Cypress Hill, Be Real, and his insane OG. Dr. Green Thumb himself laid it down on this. Insane in the Membrane, bro. Oh man, this is just.
Hello, my name is Dr. Green Thumb.
So what are you
the
drinking?
Be Real remix of the 420 strain. It's called Insane OG. This is a Mexican-style craft lager. And guys, let me tell you, when I popped the top on this, it smelled like I opened a bag of goodies.
It smelled over here like you opened 2 bags of goodies.
Dude, this thing might be legal in California.
Now I heard it's got more aromatics than it does flavor.
You know, I'll be very, very straight to the point. Yeah. The aromatics definitely overpowered what I felt on the flavor. The flavor is actually just a really nice lager. It's got some nice malt. Get a little like Munich, Cara Munich, maybe, probably. It's feeling good so far. Nice, refreshing after worker berserker here.
Cool. So for me, I'm drinking the Edward Teach out of Wilmington, the Peach Wheat.
Oh, nice.
This is one of their award-winning beers. I think they won a 2019 gold medal.
Oh, when you said...
I would not be surprised.
Also nicknamed the Teach's Peaches.
Yeah, when you said that earlier, I thought maybe you started listening to Peaches.
The Teaches of Peaches.
Oh, great album, Rob. You gotta look into it.
Okay, so this is definitely a wheat, but it has I don't know how much peach puree they put into the brew, but it's definitely loaded with peach flavor.
I was kicking it with a couple of the Teach crew.
What is that, like 5-0, 5-4?
I love those guys, man.
Yeah, I think it's a nice little mid-range there. I mean, I don't think it's too heavy. It's above session, but...
Man, I gotta say, I like the style of the rep that came out. Doing the distribution for them now. I see a new face out on their route.
Yeah, he's definitely...
someone who's
down here now.
Yeah, someone who's had his feet in the wine world and beer world, so he's very familiar with his markets.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just pretty stoked to have a van and a new logo.
He's happy to be where he's at. You can tell
he's
that.
doing a great time, man. The guy was a party the other day.
What do you got over there?
There's not... Wait
a minute. Let me guess. Ace Cider.
Yeah.
No, it's a Joker's cider.
From Ace.
Man,
they should be paying us as many times as we keep.
Guys, I love your work, but also
Ace is the place for Josh.
As full disclosure, was I at a beverage showcase earlier today?
Did you meet somebody from Ace there?
I did not meet anyone from Ace.
Did you meet that cute girl from New Hampshire with your wallet?
I did not meet the mythical New Hampshire woman.
Poor Josh.
Oh, just in case anybody's not aware, my wallet was missing since Super Bowl Sunday. We found it. Nick found it.
In my front yard.
In his front yard. It's not a long story.
So the emergency situation is over. We are now back to a green flag situation on Josh's wallet. So we don't have to worry about it anymore.
Green flag.
So let's move on. I think between the two, I think we need to start with Josh's there.
You guys like to excuse Rob. He's been having a crappy day.
It's not
just been a food show all day. Well, not all day, but in the morning.
Everyone's doing some kind of showcase today. That's just how it goes. And we do all want to really try this beer.
Yeah.
But it's also lighter than what Nick's got. So if you guys would kindly pass me your glasses.
Okay. What do we got there, Josh?
Alright, so we have El Gato Mariachi, which does mean Mariachi cat.
I look how you get all like high pitched with your Spanish. It's nice.
No, that was my English. Translate into Spanish.
Gringo.
Mariachi cat.
This is an horchata white ale, which is the rice drink you can get at Mexican places.
Good Mexican
There's
place.
Good Mexican places.
There's a cat playing a classical guitar on the
There's also a cat playing a nylon string guitar on there. That's pretty
Tacos
awesome.
del Norte of Lake Zurich, Illinois had horchata, all you could drink, and $1.25 tacos. We used to just like hang out there for hours.
Okay.
I gotta say, I'm not
But
getting
the
a lot of
jukebox is
horchata
all
on the
I'm
smell.
not getting a lot of horchata. I'm not getting.
Oh, you guys gotta be kidding me! I'm
No
getting the
cream, no
cinnamon, the nutmeg, the spice. It's all there on the nose.
Let's get this moving up in the glass.
I'm getting the spices, but you know what I'm not getting is the
All right,
rice.
wait a minute. Moving up in the glass.
Initial palate was just a simple white or blonde ale. Whoa, okay, yeah. In that finish, the horchata starts climbing out.
Yeah,
That starchy rice taste.
The rice milk.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's horchata.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's all in the finish.
That is a really good
Which, if
thing.
you remember, horchata is very refreshing when you drink it, and then it finishes with the spice and the
I
sweet.
definitely get the cinnamon in there. That's nice.
Yeah,
the
for
rice
sure.
milk is definitely in there.
That is a really cool flavor.
Yeah, that is insane for a beer.
I'm digging it.
Catawba, I think you
That'd be really good with food, especially something spicy.
I thought that was
It'd be
Oh,
good with
yeah,
Mexican
oh,
food,
yeah.
I want a fried burrito. What do we call it? Chimichanga.
what is
Oh,
it?
queso.
Chileriano.
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Oh man, that
And the chorizo.
and a couple of tamales, just to make sure you sleep well.
Arrachera, maybe. Just something with the red sauce for sure.
Hey, I take my.
Literally anything from San Felipe. I mean, let's be honest.
My favorite Mexican place is you just order by number.
Yeah. Can I get a number 15 with half a number 7?
I like that place up by the point in Wilmington.
Oh, Zocalo?
Oh yeah.
Dude, where they get the tortilla person just making tortillas from scratch?
That
Is
is
this something I should book
Yeah,
with when I go to the theater?
Yeah, they had the 70-year-old lady sitting in the glass case making handmade
That
tortillas.
stuff's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Zocalo, man, that place is good.
Rumor has it she's making fresh tortillas across the way.
Huh? That's the rumor. So
It's refreshing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a blonde ale, a white ale. These are drinks that are made to be refreshing.
so let's talk about this though. So you have a white ale.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have, to me, there's some classic characteristics of a white ale.
It tastes like a lot of a white ale on the front part of the palate. Like it just tastes like a Belgian wit. Like
Yeah,
that
you
wit
get
beer
you get
style.
some creaminess in a white ale, but then you get the I don't want to say bitterness, but you start to taste the hops in the white ale, right?
A lot of
So
times
going into malt.
I tend to always get more of like, because they tend to always use coriander and orange peel
Mm-hmm.
in every white ale ever. So I always do a lot of that. The hops are just there to literally balance the sweetness out, so you can get a little bit of them.
Are white ales done
So,
with wheat, or is that just like some, or is that a choice?
Wit beers will have a little bit of wheat. It's a little bit. It's not a lot. It's like a partial.
Okay.
so what I'm getting at is I don't get that front end white ale on this.
What I get on the
Like
front
bright
end.
white. Or,
Yeah, I'm not getting
The front end that I'm talking about is basically the white ale yeast, because like the white wit beer yeast, it has a very specific banana clovey kind of coming up, and I get
Alright,
that's what I get.
All
up front.
right. Banana clove, I can get that. Yep,
Yeah.
I agree with that.
That's what I'm getting.
But then
Just
the-
being
but then
Everything
honest.
you're saying there sounds like States of Sky, that wheat beer lager we have on the shelf.
But
Yeah,
then,
I
but
mean,
then
that's
you go
just
back
a-
in on this and you're right into the cinnamon.
But the mid range and the finish on this just are what make it the horchata, and it's really cool.
Yeah, I keep coming back to this, and it's the spices and the sweetness, that rice starch kind of feel that's drawing me back in. It's a good beer. It's got good body. It's not like a remarkable beer. I mean, next to a lager, it's kind of like it's almost put together.
Yeah, it's not going to hold up. I mean, the lager's going to be heavier body and stuff than this. I can
Yeah,
see
more
that.
varied tones, but this is very
And I'm staying away from going back to my palate cleanser until I finish this.
I wanted to kind of test that body note, and it pretty much revealed just what we were talking about. That the lager still feels bigger body, biscuity.
I'll tell you what, the color is on point for a white though, and it's got that super pale.
Well, and you want to know the other thing I like about it? This is a
It wasn't too cloudy. I kind of dug that. I thought this was going to be really cloudy.
so this is a obvious one-off, and so it's a special seasonal whatever. But unlike most of the one-off seasonal type things, the price point is $2.75 for a 12-ouncer. You know, a lot of these one-offs are going to be $3.50.
I was blown away.
$4.
I put up 5 different cases of beer today, all priced at $2.75.
Yep.
So I mean that's just good news all around.
That
So-
finish is amazing. It's
I like it.
literally
It's
tastes
very
like I've been
satisfying.
sucking on horchata.
I can
Yeah.
tell you at
Which is the
$2.75
problem is-
I'm going to be drinking a lot of that.
When you're drinking horchata, you know what the first words out of your mouth is. More horchata, please.
Oh yeah.
So what's the ABV going on this guy?
I believe it's 5.3. Yep, there it is.
A 3.
Yeah, so we're
Yep.
looking at 5.3. So that's a solid bang for your buck too. I mean, it's not going to be a put you out kind of one. It's a good one if you want to have a couple. I can see it being hot outside, especially grilling out or something, doing like the arch area.
I can definitely see having a 6-pack of that cookout.
Yeah, just slam a
Easy,
few of them,
easy.
and it goes down super.
This may even be a beer that I'm going to have to get for the shop just so we have going into the summer just
It'll be
so I
interesting
can
to
have it for a cookout.
secret case
Yeah.
stash in the
Yeah.
back. Yeah, no, that's delicious.
It's one of those ones where like Rob's a little nervous that the crowd's actually going to catch on and like this beer.
Yeah.
Then he drinks less.
Because I won't have as much of it to drink.
Plus, honestly, the label's really cool.
Yeah, it's just so funny. It's so
Oh, come on, a
it's
cat playing
mariachi
guitar?
cat.
That is just awesome.
Mariachi cat. All right. Let's move on to Nick's there.
All right, this is an interesting thing. Skinny can. Rob calls it a false tall boy.
Yeah, no, it's a false. It's a fake 16 ouncer because you sit right next to a 16 ouncer. It looks like it's going to be a 16 ouncer, but it's skinny.
It's a Red Bull can.
It is. It's just skinny. So it's 12-ounce can.
Well, they're trendy. This is from Brooklyn, New York. You know.
Yeah, they're trendy. All right.
This is hipster paradise right here. The 6 Point, which I believe 6 Point is a particular intersection neighborhood.
I was gonna say, isn't that an area, a specific area in one of the
Yeah, one of the ones that's been recently regentrified. Yeah, it used to be like an awful place to live that
it's
nobody
like
bragged
a-
about. Now it's like, check out the fedora I got down the
So
street.
it's
I don't
slightly
work.
pointier 5 points.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, you know, amazingly enough, it seems like every
City
big,
goes down to
bigger
5
city
points.
has
Well,
a 5 points of some sort.
There's
Yeah.
some stuff going on here. We call it Five Corners in Chicago.
So
It's in Wrigleyville.
didn't you tell me one time that there was a tasting star, and how many points did that have?
That's what I'm wondering right here, guys. This is a 6 Point star they have on here. Which I also noticed the picture of the Statue of Liberty, she reveals 6 points on her crown. So I wonder if they're saying they have a view of the Statue of Liberty from the
How
bridge.
many points does she have on her?
It shows 6.
Is that how many
Each
she has?
spot. I couldn't tell you. I didn't see like the real
So
one.
why are you making a big deal?
I'm saying the way they show it because maybe their perspective is you can see 6 points of the
Even if
star.
there's not 6 points on there?
Oh my god.
I'm failing to see any point.
So, tell us more about this beer.
I could share the beer with them or I could not. You guys ready?
We are. So tell us about this beer.
Charge
What are we
your
drinking?
glasses. It's called Resin. We mentioned the brewery a few times, 6 Point Brewery out of Brooklyn, New York. They describe this type of beer as hop candy. I looked all over to see, is this a IPA or what is this? Somewhere on the can it does say IIPA, so a little joke going
double
on there,
IPA.
yeah. Which is
Double-
interesting, but then it just calls it resin, and then it says year round. So this is not a specialty. 103 IBU.
So, just as a side note,
It
this is a double
does
IPA.
say it's ale.
Mm-hmm.
We also have from 6 Point the
Triple IPA,
which is called the
Atomic High Res.
Atomic Res.
Yeah.
It's like atomic resolution. Though. It's a little spell difference on the resin, but it might be a play off it. Rob got me thinking about
We
that
learned
before.
our lesson with the Cloud Pleaser.
Yeah.
about testing super powerful triple IPAs on the show.
Don't try to drive
Yeah,
home
so
that.
we haven't done that. We haven't done the atomic res here, but we've all tried the atomic res, and
This smells like a hop.
You guys brought up the atomic res. I was looking for something a little more hoppy, and this seems to specifically say it features hops. So I'm interested.
Dear God, this is hoppy. I don't even have to taste it to tell you that.
Whoa.
You can't physically taste more than 100 IBUs anyway. Like, your tongue is like capped off at 100. That's 103.
that's bitter.
It's good. It's got me working really hard to like sort out those bitters, though. I get some citrus. I get a little bit of that skunk.
Woo!
A little bit of like that dry mosaic, sagey kind of.
That is a good
The hops
one,
feel
dude.
sticky, and they call it resin, and I wonder if there's something to their process. If they're like,
Oh, you get the lupulin glands on the hop cones that
are
have
they
that weird, like,
squeezing?
it's like the
hop
crystal.
oils
It's like the
out of
little
the
crystals that you
hop
see on the
cones?
hop vines.
The loop ones, yeah.
Yeah, lupulin.
So this is going back to. Ooh.
Yeah,
Don't try
do
to
what
talk.
you do best, Rob. Read us that label.
Don't try to talk when you're. No, I wasn't going to read the label. Don't try to talk when you're getting the final esters out of that, because it just makes the side of your tongue curl up. So the crystals there you're talking about, that goes back to hops being related to hemp and marijuana, right?
Cannabis, yes. Cannabis and hops are closely related. Cannabis is known for having certain kind of crystals that form 1A with tetrahydrocannabinol. Is that it? And then cannabinoids for the CBD.
Yeah, so
It's it's same concept, different chemical.
I think basically, beyond just the brewers, but the guys who are coming up with the ingredients to brew it, they're borrowing techniques that are being learned other places in the botanical world. Look, this stuff's legal in several states. People have figured out how to extract the parts they want from plants and get rid of the parts they don't want. From essential oils to THC to hops.
Is
The
that why
technique is being
like
used.
certain things the Sweetwater line that's got the very dank
I
smell,
think
the
that's
very.
I think that's what we're getting into. What's going on with the whole dank feature of ales?
They're
really
using those
exploiting
crystals, and they're using the.
Oh, it depends on the hop varietal. It depends on how you use the hop. When you put the hop in for the full boil, you're mainly getting the bitter out of it. When you put the hop in after the boil is off, you're not going to get any bitter. What you are going to get is that earthy, grassy. You're going to get you're going to get more of the plant taste.
So the OG, this is a dry hop lager.
Yeah.
Right? So they make the lager.
It's definitely brewed with hemp, though. As soon as you crack that thing open, now there's hemp in that. But this one right here, like, there's hops brewed from start to finish that are probably continuous additions over every 10, 15
Wouldn't
years.
surprise me if they're using an oil of some sort.
So I have to say on this, mid palate, there's a sweetness to it.
The malt is built. The malt is there. It's a nice backbone. Is that what we call that?
Side palate,
Yeah.
that's where I'm picking up the bitters, which makes sense. And it's actually kind of making the side of my tongue curl a little bit.
I'm getting like massive salivation.
So yeah,
It's
exactly.
It's
Exactly.
making my mouth dry.
It's making
like
your mouth
dry.
but
My mouth is watering, but I think it's
Yeah.
because it feels dry. Like
It's a really cool sensation, and my head tingles a little bit.
it's definitely a little bit of buzz. Like each sip,
So
bringing the buzz.
I'm going to say, it's 9.1%. So my mouth is definitely
It
salivating.
does not taste boozy. I don't get that heavy alcohol overtone.
The booze masks really well.
Really well with those bitters.
This is a really, really good
I like
Imperial IPA.
I like this
Is that why
better
it's
than
2 IPA?
I like this better than the Atomic Res.
I think it's a different beer for sure. This is for the people who tried the Atomic Res Triple India Pale. That was very caramely, very malty over the top. It had a little bit of a booze note. Was not remarkably hoppy. This is very hoppy, just It gets all the bitters they can into this, and then begins to explore those other hop tones that we talk about.
My old man would poop a brick if he had this beer.
Well, he's gonna have it. You guarantee.
So basically, I think the consensus we're having is that hopheads need to try this.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, if you don't like hops, definitely steer away from this beer. This is not the beer for you. If you're trying to get into IPAs, this is probably not where you want to start.
No, but if you think you're an IPA fan, come try this.
Oh yeah, no. As a seasoned IPA drinker, this is amazing. I like it.
Plus, the skinny can fits into your golf bag quite nicely.
Dude, but it's, every time I smell it, it's just like I'm smelling a handful of wet hops.
Between the hoppy lager and this beer, like, I've got heartburn, and it smells like there's like a quarter ounce of weed in front of me.
So for those of you wondering, yes, Josh did go shopping at the same place that I shopped. He finally took my advice.
We are wearing the same brand shirt.
Yeah.
I wear black. Rob likes blue.
And we didn't spend a lot of money.
Was it Honors? I love
Does that make us the Brews Brothers?
The Brews Brew, yeah.
Black and blue.
So let's get the line over here, Josh.
I had so many bad puns out of that.
I feel like I'm getting teased because Sweetwater didn't give us their sponsorship.
So tonight I've got
I didn't deliver.
Tonight I pulled out a Muscadet. Excuse me.
Say that again. Is that?
What was
that is some good French.
Yeah,
that is very
that was woo.
7.1 out of 7.3.
That was pretty damn close. Yes, that was pretty awesome. So we're doing Muscadet tonight from the Loire Valley. Interesting thing. So French wines. How are they generally named? They're not named by the varietal, but by the
region. So yeah.
Which Muscadet is not a region. The Loire Valley is a region.
Muscadet is some dude's name, right?
No. However, it is not the.
It's the smallest of the French wine growing regions. I'm going to throw the quote on here because Rob's getting to something here, and I'm going to let him do it.
So, the grape, it's in the Alsatian regions, they will name the wine the variety after the varietal.
Very important in Alsace because the elevation is everything.
Exactly. So you got Gewürztraminer and Riesling and
Loire is notoriously
in the
flat
Alsatian
with just a certain type of hill.
So Muscadet is the most produced wine in the Loire Valley. White wine. But it is made from the grape Melon de Bourgogne. So it has nothing to do with the name of the wine. So why do we get the name Muscadet?
Well,
so here's where we get the name from. Just to show you, just to give you a little history. Some drunk monk said that the wine smelled musky.
I love it.
And,
I love it.
And it stuck.
Wouldn't you like to be a drunk monk who put his footprint in history with one single utterance?
Yep.
This tastes kind of musky.
Funny enough, most modern wine experts don't think it smells musky at all. They think it smells crisp and clear.
It was just a drunk monk.
So, again, this is the Melon de Bourgogne grape. One of the most widely produced white wines in the Loire Valley, which, like Nick said, is a small region.
Very small. And it's surrounded almost by Burgundy, right?
Yep. De Bourgogne. See, I don't get any musky at all to it.
Maybe like fish.
The only other thing I did pull this just because it's a I wanted to get a Muscadet in before we sold out of them.
I'm making a mess.
This is the last bottle of Muscadet we have.
I'm convinced people who swirl their wine in the air, like wearing wine, to them I recommend red or black shirts.
Or black shirts.
And if you can find some nice synthetic collared black shirts, around in
Oh, I
town.
thought
Just
you were
let
gonna
us
talk
know.
about. I thought you were gonna
No,
talk about
I really,
perma-press slacks.
I prefer black clothes so that the queso stains really stand out.
Oh yeah. Is that what's on your?
I got all the beer cheese off my shirt. I had to make a batch, and it came out of the kitchen. I had a big old glob of beer cheese when I was making
Is
that.
this where someone tries to?
I like the nose on this thing.
This
The nose is nice and floral.
yeah, you guys say it's
Floral
not
with a
musky, but
candy
there is
smell.
a little.
It has like a candy aspect to
That's
it though.
yeah,
Yeah, like
floral with just a little bit of candy to it.
like a raspberry or like citrus candy.
Yeah, without being sweet, it has that candy texture.
But I'm not
Lemon
like
drop note.
where you
The little powdery ones in the can.
Yeah,
The little
yeah.
tin.
Yeah,
Like, why does mom have candy in her purse? Oh, these aren't really candy.
no, those are mom's special pills.
This mom's special pills made entirely of sugar. So, this is
I'm not getting musky on it. I don't know. You were saying that.
this is tiny little musk note, but I think, like you said, drunk mom. It's
Yeah.
not, this isn't musky wine. It's actually quite minerally and almost grassy. And Josh mentioned fish. I get like a fishy ocean air kind of quality.
on
to
the
this.
palate, there is a little bit of a fish taste. Now that you just
So I get very dry, but with some reserved fruit.
there's a mineralistic aspect to this.
But we're looking at like apple type fruit, pear maybe.
More like sediment minerality, not like hard rock.
No, yeah, more like loose soil. Also, the pears and the apples are very green.
Yeah.
Oh
There's no red.
It doesn't. Yeah, absolutely. Green,
So muscadet
green
is.
and gold, not cross.
I'm glad you guys mentioned fish because muscadet is one of my go-to wines for a white fish or scallops.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, like the palate on this, like with seafood.
If you're not familiar with Muscadet, but you like Sauvignon Blanc, maybe you prefer Sauvignon Blanc to Chardonnay.
Yep.
I say try a Muscadet.
Definitely try to get into muscadet.
I'm not saying that the wine tastes like fish, but there's just that sea air.
draws you to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It reminds me
Yeah.
of that stuff we had, the Syrah Maine. Is this Syrah Maine? I forget. Yeah. Yeah. We did another coastal that kind of had this. Even the Gascony reminds me of
Yep.
this.
I love that taste. It's like sea foam almost.
Yeah, there's something nice about it, and like Rob said, it definitely invites me into thinking about seafood. And people are worried about like when they do seafood. Oh, I don't know what wine to put with this, and there's simple rules like, oh, if it's white fish, you go with a white wine. If it's oily fish, you go with a red.
Yeah.
But those are just simple guidelines. There really is no hard and set rule. The hard and set rule is basically when you cook your Chilean sea bass and you put it with your cab and it doesn't work, you try something different. That's the hard and fast rule.
You're
So
not wrong.
here on the coast, when we have an oyster roast, boom.
No, this with oysters would be
yeah,
amazing.
shellfish. It would be a challenger with shrimp. I think about how I have it flavored, but right
You're
down the
right,
batter
you're right.
fish,
You,
I
if you
would
get
do it.
like a peel and eat shrimp, or
Yeah.
they put all that the Old Bay on it and stuff. Yeah, that's gonna throw me off.
Yeah, I would do a light batter. When you start getting into calabash, you really got to think about how they're doing the spicing in that batter, because
Right.
it's like pancakes on
I'm,
it.
I'm
roasted
not gonna drink. I'm
shellfish.
not. See, the thing is, I don't normally drink a wine when I get to Calabash.
Right, that's what
Racing.
yellowtail's for.
Yeah.
You know what'd be really awesome with this though? Like some little neck clams.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially if you harvest them yourself and they're a little bit gamier than the ones you buy in the store, and you've got that weird kind. When you harvest your own shellfish, they get that little bit more. You get a little bit more of the
Around here,
odd
I think
flavors.
we're definitely accustomed to Bulk Sound, Stump Sound. Those are two classic oyster spots that we get.
Oh, dude.
But I'll tell you what, I was up at Ocracoke, and they've got a little shellfish game going on there,
Mm-hmm.
and I was blown away at the quality. Both their clams was what blew me away.
I can tell you.
Over the oysters.
Well, Oregon Inlet's got a whole
Yeah.
harvesting area. there.
Yeah,
Right.
so they renewed those beds, and there's a few permit holders on them. They're doing an excellent job daily.
Let me give a little shout out to Virginia here because it's now their season for oysters. The Arapahoe I think that's how it's pronounced.
Rappahannock.
No, it's a Arapaho.
Those
Okay.
oysters are coming in fairly big and fairly meaty right now. I had 6 last night and they were
You got,
I thought
you
you were
got the
talking
whole
about
like Norfolk,
river on the
Arapaho, Chesapeake.
I think that's Rappahannock because it's the
Rappahannock.
southern.
It
It's
might
the
be.
river
It
that
might be.
goes into the.
Arapaho is a town in
It,
Pamlico
it may
County.
very well be Rappahannock.
Yeah,
I think that's the river that
Arapaho.
goes
They-
through the capital.
They're big and meaty and they're
Shout out to
they're
Gary's
good right
Down East
Hey, it's a
Seafood in
very
Arapaho,
notorious
North Carolina.
estuary because it's like the last flowing water before you just get to the black water.
But they're in season right now. They're nice. So
Well, that's good. That means our season should be
coming up soon.
So I guess we're just gonna do an oyster roast for a podcast here.
I'm
That'd
all
be
for
really
it.
nice. And if we did, we just save a bottle of this wine because we'll need it.
We'll just have to order another one.
This
There's
soup with oysters would be great.
I feel like we've tasted some wines like this before, and there's a reason why Rob keeps bringing this up. Guys, these wines are perfect for the Carolina cuisine, for our heat, for our climate, everything. It has this brininess, it has the softness,
brininess
it's
is
light,
yeah.
it's very drinkable. I really wouldn't mind just throwing an ice cube on and like hanging out at my grill and getting
Okay.
some meat going. Yeah, fish appetizers and all that. It's gonna kill with seafood. So, like, this bottle of wine is just so open ended with what you can do. Ceviche.
Ceviche, oh my goodness.
The
Especially if you
lime will
had,
play. Yeah,
if you had
there is a liminess in here, almost that black lime that we were talking about,
No, dude, the black
which
wine.
is still
So,
green.
so at the food show today, a little funny thing, like the third table in. So the first one was Eco Lab, then we had a table for aioli sauces, and then we had the third table in. So this, this
You mean a mayonnaise stand? Let me just help
No,
you out with
it
that.
was so
What do you
anyway,
do? I run a mayonnaise stand.
so the girl there is presenting a salsa that she has. Well, she's got this nice bowl of ceviche in there, and she's got the salsa, and so and she said she made the ceviche just for the show. I'm like, okay. So I try the salsa, and I'm like, okay, that's nice. That's got good flavors, and it's a pepper, red, green, yellow pepper, and pineapple, and very
Sweet,
Chunky, chunky,
sweet, chunky,
sweet, savory type chunky salsa. So I go and I try the ceviche, and I'm like, hey, this is really good, but I have to say the salsa's lost in the ceviche. The flavors of the salsa are just gone. And she didn't quite hear what I said, and I didn't quite understand what she said earlier, and actually just looks at me funny, and she says, I don't think the salsa's in the ceviche. I looked at Ashley, and I looked back at the girl. I said, all right, so what's the main item here? What are you selling? And she's like, the salsa. I said, and is the salsa in the ceviche? She's like, no. I didn't want to put the salsa in the ceviche just in case people have shrimp allergy. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. That also makes sense on why the salsa's lost in the ceviche. Because it's not in there.
That's bait and switch. You like my ceviche? Try my salsa.
So Ashley, who understood from the beginning, she actually combined the two, and I was looking at her funny, like, why are you combining the two?
Because this is what I'm supposed
But
to do.
but she picked up from the beginning.
So
I'm like,
if it was me, I would have had a luxuriously roasted prime rib, shaving sections of it off. It's
What are you
like,
selling?
You know what
Salsa?
goes good with this prime rib?
My
Chicken
ambrosia
tenders. Here. These chicken tenders right here. Yeah.
So yeah, it was a good show, but that was
But
that
Rob
was
got
a moment.
confused at the buffet. We got it.
Like the third table in, I was like, what's going on here? This is
But-
not.
I have to say, every time I think about food shows, I just remember my first food show and chicken tender alley,
Yeah.
where it's like after about 18 different brands and kinds of chicken tenders, I was completely satiated.
Dude, if I'm going to Chicken Tender Alley, I'm bringing like my 4-year-old, or just
So-
like borrowing one of my friend's kids. Be like,
So-
"Hey, you like chicken tenders? Come with."
For the rest of the show, my first question out of my mouth is, what's the what's the product here that you're selling?
What are you selling?
Not on the table.
Not
what
what
is
you
the
know how to
product
make.
of yours?
Well, I've got a mint julep here, but I do sell napkins.
and they do stuff like that. I mean, it's like
Well, that's the advantage of a trade show versus an
I
actual
had
market.
one guy
Because
had.
I always got a kick out of like the farmers markets in the area when you know every product is registered with the committee, but there's always some guy over there. He's like, oh, I'm a cobbler and I make martinis.
I had one guy who had ahi tuna, and it was pre-seared black sesame seed ahi tuna, already sliced everything. Great sales pitch for somebody like us. And he had it laid out on a
This
plate.
stuff's just friendly and good.
Laid out on a plate, and then he had a wasabi aioli.
Oh,
And
nice.
I'm
So
like,
he stopped over.
No, no,
at the
no, no.
mayonnaise.
I said, is this wasabi aioli from the side? He's like, no, I went and got that at the grocery store, but apparently I need to walk inside. He said I probably could save some money.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, dude.
Is there a?
That's too good.
All right. So
All
let's get
gluttony
back.
aside.
Let's get back.
Food show stories aside.
Yeah, so let's get back to the beers and rating these. So let's start over here with the.
Oh God,
Mariachi
Mariachi Cat. Absolutely, without a doubt, 2 thumbs up for me. Very impressive beer. Love it, Catawba. That finish is enough for me to keep coming back. I don't like white ales. Let me go ahead and clarify that. It's one style of beer I just don't like. But I like this one a lot.
So I'm going to agree with Josh. 2 thumbs up on this guy. That thing was so different, so interesting, really cool taste. Miles, my Adams rep, if you are watching this, I want 2 cases of it next week.
Hashtag Miles is cool.
If you're not watching this, I may get another case. I don't know. But if you're watching this, I'll take 2 cases. But 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, here's the deal, like, this is not, like, the perfect complex beer. This is the perfect flavored ale. You know, a while back we had one of those chocolate beers and stuff, and we were like, man, this is actually really good. I don't know, hot cocoa or something like that, or something like that, hot cocoa or something, yeah. I try them both, and you tell me which one you think it is. What I get from the Gato Mariachi, how's that? Mariachi Cat. Yeah, there we go. It's just fun and it's refreshing and it probably goes good with food and it goes good with friends.
We had one of those fun beers.
So
last
I'm
week,
almost
too.
gonna do like thumbs up, but just because it's not like this is not like a genuinely beautifully crafted just beer. This is like a flavored ale. I gotta like pull back a little bit on the Doomsday thumb.
Okay. All right.
But I thought they did it well. I'd like to see a little more rice haze in it. I don't know, guys. Just throwing it out there. Go for the rice haze next time. Because horchata has that cloudiness, and we're in cloud haze. I'm just wondering why you didn't do it. The spice comes through. I wanted to order another glass. I dug it.
Cool. So how about the resin for you?
It's worth talking about. Right down to how weird this can and label is. They call it an IPA, and Josh and I were throwing out there. Is that a double IPA or is that an imperial IPA? We don't know because it
Could they
doesn't
be
say.
one and the same?
It could be, especially at 9.1%. They pretty much are in that zone. It's in Brooklyn. If I was talking to some hipster from Brooklyn, they'd be like, we don't even drink that stuff anymore. But you know, they hipstered themselves into a skinny can. Don't get nervous
They
about
drank it
that.
before it was cool.
This is not a light beer. Commonly, lighter craft beers come in these skinny cans. This is not a light beer. This is full body. This is full alcohol. This is full bitter. This is the real deal. Pretty much just a genuine thumbs up. Just got to knock it back a couple seconds, because I'd like to see, you know, what else they can do. We saw the atomic res. I'm curious. I want to know more about 6 Point.
Gotcha. So for me, I'm gonna go. just past a thumb and a half. Um, I liked it. I really did. It is, to me, it's an Imperial IPA, double IPA. I think they're one of the same. It has all those characteristics that you're going to get in a big, full ABV IPA like that. It does have a little bit. Josh and Nick said they didn't get much booziness, but I think for me, the booziness came in the sweetness mid palate. But that was a negative on it. I think, unlike its close brother or sister, however you want to say it, the Atomic Res had the booziness all through the palate and definitely showed up as a sweeter type beer. This guy, I think, is well rounded. The bitter, it definitely has bitter, and it shows up side palate. It almost makes my tongue curl up on the side. It really does. It's just it's right there, but it's good. It's not like where it throws you where it wants you to make you stop drinking.
No, sure.
I could have a can. I could probably have two of those. Not going to go further than that in one sitting. 9%, 9.1%. You don't need to go further than that in one sitting. So I'm going to give it a thumb and just a slight bit more and a half. For me, I think that's actually going to be my highest rated double IPA because that's where I'm at right now with double IPAs. Nothing's been really wow. That's spectacular to me.
Well, I could have given it a half thumb for being a hazy.
We didn't even look at that.
Yeah, it's not a hazy, so you know.
So
it's got that.
I'm right there, little one half, and then just
that one
just
wasn't
plus.
hazy, wasn't it?
No, I'm trying to break the trend.
Which is gonna lead back into my rating of 1.5. It's really well made. It's a solid double IPA. It's not hazy. So I almost want to give it 2 thumbs up just because it's not
Just
hazy.
because it got through the haze. Yeah.
I'm so mad at hazy beer right now, but no, it's really well made. It's solid. I think there's a lot of hop flavors going on there. In my personal opinion, there's a lot of hop flavors like just smacking right into each other.
Yeah.
A
little tough to pick apart. It'd be fun to throw food at it.
Yeah, I would prefer a little more clearly defined hop levels, but I'm also being picky at the same time.
It's like a footprint in the mud. Like, I've got a fair idea whose shoe it is.
But the other thing is, with it being named resin, I mean, it's sticky. It feels like you could scrape the inside of that can and there's something left for you. But I mean, it's a really solid beer. Thumb and a half. Excellent job, 6 point.
So, all right. So thumb and a half there. Awesome. Moving on to the Muscadet, the Michel Delamue, which I did not say the winery. My apologies. The Michel Delamue winery, the Muscadet from the Loire Valley. For me, I really like this wine, but I like the style a lot. So, of the style, as an option from the style, that's how I'm going to rate it. I'm going to rate it a 1.25. I have had much better Muscadet. I've had much worse Muscadet. This is good. Price point on it was $21. I think it's a little high end for that price point. I mean, I think it's a little lower quality for that price point. However, it's solid. It's what I would drink with seafood. But 1.25 is where I'm going with that. I think it could probably be. It has room to get better.
You know, I'm gonna pick up right there where Rob left off. So you're telling me $21, I get an authentic French bottle of basically name brand white wine, true to region and style. I'm sorry, $21 is a deal. Anytime you can get those things in a French wine.
I'm just saying.
And here's why.
For the same. I'm just saying for the same
I
region.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are better buys, and there are probably better labels. There are better bottles in the region. But this one is like in this beautiful intersection of just really palatable. Going to go with a great range of foods, and also it's going to go with a great range of palates. There are some fruit sweetie kind of flavors in here that are going to keep your not into wine yet friends entertained. Okay, they're going to like this. They're going to ask you more about how do you find these white wines. Is it the most complex of the northern French coastal wines? No. It's very simple. It's true to form. It is what it says. If you're looking to figure out what the muscat head is, probably maybe start with this and then start branching out. Because this is true to form, and it's priced in a way that I can get to it. You start talking higher quality muscat heads, they're going to be $36 pretty quickly. So, $21 wine, this is nice.
Yeah. Okay. And what was your rating on it?
I love Muscadet. I'm with Rob. I'm a little bit partial. This is one of my favorite whites in the French. And so, I'm almost like instantly a thumb up. But I'm with Rob. I'd like to see like a little more development to get off those sour notes and bring them into something truer and longer. Something that's going to sit with the straw and the grass feel that's in there. I'd like to see them figure that out. Maybe it's their grapes. Maybe it's just push it because there's so much comp out there in the Muscadet market right now. Can they age them? I don't know. I'm not really. No, I'm not confident that Muscat's known for aging their wine. It's just sort of one of those things. We make it and get it going.
Yeah, it's not very. This is 2017.
I'd be curious what happens with Muscadet in the barrel. I really would. I don't think it's gonna show like Chardonnay and Sauves do. Jesus. But
so that was crazy noise.
yeah, we pretty much just had like somebody peeling out on the street. That was fun. Streets of fire, right, Bruce?
Yeah.
I like it. I'd love to give it the thumbs up. I think I like the black label just a hair more. The closer more.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. I think that's what happened with me.
So 3 years, like approaching 3 years on a vintage for a white is a little bit long, right?
Yeah.
It's getting there.
Depending on the grape. But you can definitely tell that this is like.
Chardonnay can go.
Well, Chardonnay is fine, but you have the barrel aging that goes in with that too.
So that's what I was getting into. Yeah.
So it definitely tastes like, I wouldn't say an old white, but an older white, a more vintage white. I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I like it. Thumb and a nub.
Yeah, he got the nub.
1.25. I like it a lot. It'd be really good with seafood. Typically, when I drink whites, I either go for super stupid butter bomby old Chardonnays, or super fresh, sharp, acidic Sauv Blancs Riesling.
Oh, you love that Sauv Blanc beer.
You like those New Zealand's.
Yeah,
grapefruit.
I like the two opposite spectrums. It's just my personal preference on whites. Pinot Grigio I can do when somebody else buys the bottle.
I hear you.
As old world as Josh is with his wines, he does like some Southern Hemisphere for his wines.
I like some crazy flavor. Now the reds all go like super like traditional, but the whites, like, this is not my personal favorite style of white, but I really like this wine, and I think it would be so amazing with fish, seafood. It really makes me want some like mussels, just like not these,
Mussels
but
good.
like
It would have hit with our sushi last night.
like what?
But
not
honestly,
here.
something a little sweeter would probably hit with sushi, whereas this would really just hit with the
Right,
brininess
that's a good
of
point.
mussels.
That's a good point.
And
Mussels, clams, oysters. I think we're right there.
a
The
Bouillabaisse
shellfish.
would be delicious with this.
As long as you keep the brininess in
man.
there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, well I mean as long as you have like that rich stock going on, like you get the fish
Yeah,
stock just
but
right.
you got guarantee I get at least like a little quarter of fillet of some nice bass in there. Like we do.
Might not go for like pollock or something.
So
Yeah.
So one nub. So it sounds like we're in agreement. We're pretty close with you. All right. So that was what, episode 40.
40 was it.
Episode
That
40.
happened.
40 of What Are You Drinking Now here at the office.
What are you drinking now is officially middle aged.
Yes, we are. Wait a minute. We're Ashley's age. So anyway, that was episode 40. What Are You Drinking Now here at the office? Like, comment, subscribe. Hey, I got it all at one time. Didn't even have to pause.
Finally did it with the
Yeah,
hand
it's
motions.
so
Yeah,
loud.
it was
I'm
good.
so proud of you, Rob.
Yay.
We taught Rob the internet, guys. Thank
Rob
you. Are you gonna tweet about it?
Tweet? I got a tweeter?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was episode 40. We'll be back next week, and thank you. We'll see you then.
We got a good handle for you.